Everyone tells you that real estate is the best way to build wealth, yet nobody tells you how to get started. Today, we're gonna fix that. Hey friends, welcome to the Brandy podcast. I'm your host, Brandy, and in this podcast, we're gonna talk through all things real estate, wealth building, and investing. And what I really want you to do is reach your financial freedom and live your life worth living. Hey guys, welcome to the Brandy podcast. We are gonna deep dive into investing in real estate and how to actually start. 3 things that you're gonna walk away with today. The 4 main ways to invest in real estate, how much money you really need to get started, and the number 1 mistake that keeps everyone stuck in the someday. The first one is gonna be buy and hold rentals. Everyone has a risk tolerance and yours may be different than somebody else's. But with buy and hold rentals, so you're gonna buy a property, hold it, rent it, and this may be a 3-year strategy for you, 5-year, 10-year. Maybe this is, we're holding it forever and ever and we're sticking it in our will and we're giving it to our kids. Whatever the strategy is, it's fine. But when we talk about buy and hold rentals, you're gonna look at what is your investment. Most people are concerned with long-term appreciation. So it may not be the best deal right now, but you're looking for cash flow and you're looking for appreciation over the course of the long term. So if you buy a property, let's say $200,000, it's cash flowing pretty good. A lot of people use the 1% rule on this. Purchase price, 1%. Are you getting at least that much in rent to suffice? I know interest rates are gonna vary, and that has also held people back from purchasing and buying. If you've got some cash flow, if you are gonna be buying cash, then obviously you have a leg up from people that are gonna have to get a loan on this. Number 2, house hacking. This would be like you purchase a duplex, you live in one unit and you rent the other. And so essentially the person paying the rent could essentially pay the entire duplex payment. That is house hacking. So for young people, this is a great idea. If you are thinking about, you have never bought a house, you don't own a rental property and you're just looking to get started and you're young, house hacking is for sure it. Now, your options of duplexes, you might have to live in an area that you wouldn't consider your ideal area because duplexes aren't in every zip code. Yet, if you do this for a period of time and you build that appreciation, you build that equity, then you could potentially sell that or go ahead and move out, get some equity out of that, purchase your next property, and then rent both units. So that's kind of a great plan for young people and why a lot of people do the house hacking. Okay, number 3 is gonna be fix and flips. Several ways to do flips. You can do a live-in flip where you actually are living in the property, on the property while you're doing the renovation and the rehabs. Or you can just, if you have a primary house or even renting an apartment, gosh, you don't even have to own a primary home to buy your first flip property. You are living somewhere else, you purchase the property. This is gonna be where, depending on the type of loan that you're doing, you kind of have to do your legwork prior. You know that you could potentially get this property for X amount of dollars, you're gonna put this much in and then potentially resell when you're finished for this. For example, you buy a property for $150,000, you know you're gonna put $50,000 in, let's say you're hoping to make 50 and you want to resell at $250. That's an example of a flip. Now there's lots of stuff that goes into that. We've done another episode that probably dives a lot more deeper into these flips. So we'll drop that into the notes to link that so you can watch it in depth. But long story short, we want to build a quick spreadsheet for all the expenses of the flip, and you kind of know that going in that way, because how else are you going to get that number, right? I said 50,000. How do you know it's 50,000? Well, I would know because I've done a spreadsheet and all the categories are totaling up to that, and that's what I don't want to go over, and you don't want to go over budget on that. Fix and flips, that is going to be our 3rd way to invest. And the 4th way to invest is going to be REITs and real estate funds. This is a hands-off way to expose yourself to real estate and build wealth without buying property directly. You might be putting your funds together. You may not own 100% of a property. You may just be, giving your money to somebody else to invest and own portions of property. A lot of people gather, they crowdfund, they do lots of different real estate funds, and you may be guaranteed. a certain percentage on your investment. So that's another way where you may not want to be hands-on. You may not want to risk yourself buying the properties, but you could go into a real estate fund and make money that way as well. So 4 ways to invest. We had buy and hold rentals. We have the house hacking. We have the fix and flip, and the REITs and real estate funds. How much money do you truly need to invest in real estate? Today we want to kind of break that myth of you need 20% down no matter what to invest in real estate. And that's not true. That is true in a lot of cases, but it's not true for everyone. Let's say that you're renting an apartment. I mentioned that scenario earlier. You don't actually own. You can get an FHA loan for your first investment property, and that's 3.5% down. So a lot less than 20%. That is an option for you. Now, if you're not a first-time home buyer, this is not your first house, that is not an option for you. But those of you that are looking to invest and you haven't purchased your own home, that's a great option for your first investment. The other option is for your first investment going in with a partner. So you're gonna co-invest, so it's 50-50, so your down payment is gonna be a lot less. So if a lender requires that 20% down, it's only 10% each, okay? And yes, you're making half, but it's a way to get started. A lot of people partner on their first investment, and that would lower your down payment. It would lower your closing costs. Essentially, it would be splitting that all in half. That's another way to do it. Okay, and then one more thing we're gonna mention is a way to get started in real estate without actually having cash the 20% down. I would say this is probably not a good option if you're going to invest and do a buy and hold rental, because this will be a long-term investment. But if you're going to fix and flip, it's a great way to get started. A lot of people start with fixing and flipping because that gets them quick-ish cash, right? You're looking at 60 days to 90 days on up to where you could purchase a property, do a quick turnaround, sell it, and you're getting a lump of cash. And then you can build this up, and that's your down payment. Yet, until you get that, a lot of people don't really know where to start. Now, if you own a primary home and you're looking to buy your first investment property, HELOC is a great way. You get a HELOC on the equity that you have in your primary home, and that allows you to get that's your first down payment on the first investment property. Now, HELOCs aren't great if you're paying potentially interest only, maybe. Sometimes they're higher interest. So that's not a great option. You don't want to let that sit for a long time and you're paying a ton of interest. But if you know it's going to be 90 days, 3 months, 6 months, a HELOC is a great option. You pay that off, and then you still have those funds to go out and do it again. So it's just kind of like it's a recurring line of credit for the equity that you have in your home. The next thing, before we talk about the number one mistake, this kind of adds to the number one mistake, but you want to build your team before you buy. So you want to do your research. You want to have a great lender that deals with investment loans. You want to have a great inspector that's dealt with, rougher rehab needed properties. You want a great insurance agent that deals with commercial and investment properties. Not all insurance, you can't call your local, potentially State Farm or somebody like that and just assume that they're going to cover your commercial or investment properties. Make sure you have a good insurance agent that has those portfolios and has options for you on that. And then also property management. So if you do not plan to self-manage your first investment property, go ahead and research and get quotes for what it's going to cost you for property management. So having a team is going to be really crucial to go ahead and do all your research and do all of this prior to under contract. Now that we have our team built, let's talk about the number one mistake about people getting stuck in that someday where they never take the first step to invest in real estate. The number one mistake that keeps people from making that first investment is analysis paralysis. So let's talk about this. There's a difference between doing your homework, doing your research. For example, go ahead and pick 10 properties, go view them, run your spreadsheet. You have got to do all the research. So what you're going to buy it for, do your spreadsheet on how much it's going to cost you to rehab it, and then what is your potential ARV on, after the value after you do your rehab, right? Then do the 10 properties, go ahead and go through the motions, but then don't stop. You have to actually take action. And so a lot of people are thinking, well, it's got to be the perfect property, or it's got to do, it's got to meet all this criteria. Yes, you want to make sure it's fitting your buy box, but you have to actually just do it. You have to take the step and do it. I would say have an accountability partner, because once we say something out loud, we write it down, we tell someone else, you're 75% more likely to actually do it. So have an accountability partner for your investment. Tell them what you're planning to do, do your homework and take that first step. It is so easy to just get paralyzed by all of the things that could go wrong. And yes, things could go wrong. You know, you could lose money. For sure, absolutely. Not all investments are going to make money, but the more research you do, the more homework you do, the better off you'll be. I encourage you, get that investment accountability partner, tell them your goals, and take that first step. If you're serious in investing in Tennessee, whether it's 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, link is in the description, book a consult. I can help you build a team, help you with your strategy. Take that first step. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. If you want to know more about investing, wealth building, or real estate in general, head on over to brandyleiden.com and you can book a consult with me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to hear more episodes like this one. See you next time.